Alright, you guys, today's video is going to be going over how you guys can get consistent payouts within the market. And a lot of you guys watching this video are going to be in the position of you guys have never even gotten a payout. And some of you could possibly be in the position where, you've just gotten your first payout or you've gotten a couple of payouts, but you can't seem to, I don't know, maybe find some issues within your trading and kind of within your consistent performance to actually be receiving those payouts on a consistent basis. Now, I'll first start off by saying eval accounts are not important whatsoever. You guys spend a lot of time on these accounts and trading these accounts when all in reality they mean nothing. Any time that you guys spend trading on these accounts is just a waste of time, to be completely honest. You're not able to make any money from these. They're not going to have any significant importance. That's kind of the biggest thing. You guys need to stop wasting so much time on these accounts. The name of the game is more accounts, more money made. Now, with that being said, once you do actually move over to trading funded accounts, if you've never gotten a payout before, definitely just start with one. The name of the game is multiple payouts, which I'll kind of get into later on. But definitely just start off with one account for the time being. And depending on the firm that you guys go with, I recently traded Top Step accounts a lot, kind of moving over and also just getting capital with other firms in the moment. And I like Alpha Futures a lot. They have a really good 50K account, don't have to pay an activation fee and whatnot, so that's very good. Most prop firms, they will have consistency rules for payouts. Alpha on some accounts does not. Top Step does for all of them. No, Top Step does not. My bad. Consistency means two different things for some prop firms, though. Sometimes for Top Step, and for Alpha Zero Plan, it's 5 days of 200 plus. Now, that's basically a winning day within the market, so take that as you will. Other times, you also need to adhere to the 40% consistency rule. Now, what that means is that your best day can't be greater than 40% of your total profits. Your best day can't be greater than 40% of your total profits. Keep that in mind. You can't have a day where you're making $2,000 and your account balance is only $3,000. You can't have that. With that being said, I'm kind of going over risk management for these accounts. I like to just take it as $500 to start with. That's normally just going to be one mini contract majority of the time for majority of the trades, at least how I trade. That'll be one mini contract. I suggest that you guys start off with that and take the simple trades. This is like the biggest thing that I'm going to preach in this video, is that you guys need to be okay with taking the 1-to-1 trades, taking the 1 to 1.5 trades, taking the simple risk to reward, the simple setups that you guys know are a plus and where price is going to draw to within the market. A lot of these times you guys try to go for these huge trades once you guys get on these funded accounts, and in reality you need to be going for these smaller moves. Also, a big thing is psychology. A lot of you guys will move over onto these funded accounts and you'll just completely be like, oh, I'm able to make so much money from this account now, and now you're just forcing trades, you're taking bad setups, putting unnecessary risk on the table that shouldn't be there. So, you have to keep the same discipline and the same psychology when you do move over from that eval to that funded account. Same rules, same entry model, same day-to-day analysis within the charts. I also adhere to just one trade a day, win or lose, $500 risk. If my A+ setup loses for the day, I'm off. I'm not going to over risk. I'm not going to keep trading. And, that's going to help you guys out a lot in the long run, just because you don't want to have, 1 or 2 days that just blow your entire account. Name in the game is longevity. So, kind of more switching back towards like actually going about and getting these consistent payouts. A lot of it is just focusing on the day to day and not really looking at all the money that you can make and all the potential payouts and all that stuff, because it gets in your head a lot. It really does. And you just need to focus on the day to day and, trading the markets that day and everything that you're able to do. You can't control anything else other than that, other than what you can do in your performance for that day. And, I think a big part of like becoming profitable and, getting payouts on a consistent basis is doing just what you know works and sticking to that, not trying to do more. That also means not slacking off though, and not doing what you should be doing in that aspect. And you know, consistency in itself is just based on, doing the same things day in and day out. So I really preach on, coming into the markets, having a good morning routine, kind of going about every day in your actions within the market the same way, because consistency breeds success. And if you guys want consistent payouts, you have to trade like a profitable trader. And you know all of you guys are capable of that by all means. You just don't do it some days, and you know what you need to be doing, and it's all about just doing those things. So hopefully you guys were able to take something away from this. It was a little bit of more so just psychology for you guys. Not really too much technical stuff on the charts and whatnot. But hopefully you guys were able to take something away from this psychology wise. And I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good weekend, guys.